663,000 jobs lost in March alone. There are signs, though, of a pulse in this economy. There really are. But what so many of you want to know is when will we see the turnaround in the job market? Ali Velshi is holding down the fort for us on the West Coast. And in the studio here with me, Lakshman Achuthan, Managing Director of the Economic Cycle Research Institute. Right. So let me bring in Brad Karsh. It's a perfect point to bring him in. He's the president of JobBound, and he's going to help us try to figure out how to keep that job safe. Brad, thanks for joining us. You've heard the dirty details of the numbers. You know, it's a very complicated and frankly, actually, it's not that complicated. It is pretty much a dismal picture for people who have a job here, whether you are, as Lakshman said, a blue-collar job, a white-collar job, whether you've been looking for a job for a long time. What are the things that people need to do to preserve their job right now?
Sure, it's never easy, and there's certainly no foolproof way to do it, but there are a couple things that you want to start doing now, if you haven't done them already, to make sure you keep that job. One, you want to try and make yourself indispensable. Now, that's going to take various different forms at different companies, but maybe that means you tie yourself to something that's very important to the company. So maybe Jan is the person in accounting who knows how all the processes work, and we couldn't possibly get rid of Jan because we wouldn't be able to bill our clients. Or Gus is a guy who understands exactly how all the inventory control works. We wouldn't be able to get products out to the people we need to get them to unless we have Gus around to make sure that we do that. So make yourself indispensable. If you can tie that to some kind of money issue that's going to allow your company to make more money, even better. That's the first thing. The second thing you want to think about is, go ahead.
So that's what I was going to say. I know you want to talk about volunteering. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, you want to have what I call sort of a bunker mentality, because what's happening is departments of 15 are becoming departments of 5, and a lot of the work isn't going away. So when they're deciding who's going to get let go and who isn't, they're looking at people who can take on a lot of work. So when they do say, hey, we need somebody who's going to pitch in and help with this assignment, with this project, you want to have your hand up immediately. When they say the work hours are 9 to 5, you're in there at 8 and you're leaving at 6. Now is not the time to be asking for extra vacation. Now is not the time to be asking for extra benefits or a raise or perks. You want to have that mentality of, I'm here and I'm going to do whatever it takes.
And you say be positive. I mean, it's hard when you see that your unit of 15 is now 5, and a lot of people have survivor's guilt and the like, but you got to plow forward.
You have to plow forward because, again, it's a tough time for every company, and you don't want to be hanging around with a lot of people who have poor attitudes, people who are talking about potential layoffs or talking about how miserable the situation is, because, again, as I said, it is like that bunker. Who do you want to have in the bunker with you? People who are looking forward and in advance, not looking at the past and looking at bad things. All
right, Brad Karsh, President and Founder of JobBound, thank you so much. And also Lakshman Achuthan, Economic Cycle Research Institute, thank you both.